Hello and a very warm welcome back. You are listening to Hartwig's Tech World, and man, does it feel good to be back behind this microphone. First off, Bianca, thank you so much for the well wishes last week. That infection really knocked me sideways, but maybe it was fate. It gave me an entire week in bed to analyze the keynotes from Cupertino and the live tickers from Barcelona in a way I usually never have time for.
Welcome back, Hartwig. We definitely missed you, but your timing is uncanny. While you were recovering, Apple essentially resurrected a product segment we all thought was dead. We need to talk about the MacBook Neo. And Hartwig, I have to stop you right there. In our pre-show talk, you mentioned the A16 chip, but Apple actually went much more aggressive than that.
You are absolutely right. It is insane. I was lying there with my tea thinking, okay, they will use an older chip to keep costs down. But no, the MacBook Neo is powered by the A18 Pro. That is the chip from the iPhone 16 Pro. It is technically fascinating because Apple is proving that their smartphone silicon architecture is now powerful enough to carry a full macOS system. We are talking about a 6-core CPU powerhouse in a chassis that is only 0.5 inches thick, and all of this for $599. Bianca, this is not just a laptop, it is a direct assault on the entire Chromebook and budget Windows market.
$599 for a MacBook? Sounds like a typo at first. But let us be critical here. It comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM, soldered and non-configurable. In a 2026 world where we talk about Gemini 3.1 and local AI agents, is 8 gigabytes really enough? Or is the MacBook Neo just a very fancy typewriter?
That is the big question. Apple is leaning heavily on unified memory management here. Since the A18 Pro has a massive 16-core neural engine, AI tasks like text summarization or photo editing are handled right there without flooding the RAM. Sure, if you're editing 10 streams of 4K video, you will still need a MacBook Pro with an M5 Max, but for college, school, or daily business, the Neo is a revolution. And look at the colors: citrus, indigo, blush. It reminds me of the classic colorful iMac era. Tech is finally fun again, not just serious and space gray.
Colors are great, but we have to talk about the highlight from MWC in Barcelona. You were so excited showing me the pictures of the Samsung Trifold. That was the hardware sensation of the show.
Absolutely. The Samsung Trifold completely blew me away. Imagine having a smartphone that you fold not just once, but twice. A normal phone turns into a full 10-inch tablet. The Hinge system is a technical masterpiece. Samsung calls it dual hinge technology. Bianca, this is the moment where the tablet as a separate device actually becomes obsolete. If you have the MacBook Neo for work and the Trifold for media consumption, you are perfectly set up. It was impressive to see how thin the device stays even when folded.
But isn't that extremely fragile? 2 hinges mean twice as many points of failure, and the price for a trifold like that will be astronomical, right?
It will definitely be a luxury item at first, but at MWC we saw that the competition is not sleeping. Huawei and Xiaomi showed similar concepts. It's a real arms race. And fittingly, Qualcomm presented the roadmap for Wi-Fi 8 there. We need that so these devices can handle massive amounts of data reliably. Wi-Fi 8 is no longer just about speed, but about extreme reliability with many devices on the network.
That fits perfectly with the topic of connectivity. We must not forget the iPhone 17e. Apple has achieved a technological liberation there as well. We're talking about the C1X modem.
Finally! Bianca, you know how long I've been waiting for this. Apple is officially independent of Qualcomm. The C1X is their first in-house 5G chip, and it's integrated directly into the A19 chip of the iPhone 17e. This means less physical space, less heat, and most importantly, much smarter power management. Early tests show that the 17e lasts nearly 30% longer in standby because the modem is not eating power like a separate component anymore. And the best part is, we finally have 256 gigabytes of base storage in the 17e. Apple finally realized that 128 gigabytes in 2026 is just ridiculous.
That's a fair point, but where there's light, there's shadow. We have to talk about the dark side of MWC. Let's talk about the storage crisis.
Oh man, Bianca, this is a dark chapter. HDD prices are now starting to climb sharply too. We're seeing jumps of over 40%. Why? Because AI data centers are sucking up everything. Not just fast flash storage, but massive magnetic storage archives for training models like Gemini 3.1. And SSDs are even wilder. Price hikes of up to 246% on high-end models. Factories are prioritizing memory for NVIDIA chips, leaving us consumers with the expensive leftovers. If you're building a PC right now, you really need to take a deep breath.
That's brutal, but let's end on a positive note. Auracast is getting bigger.
Yes, the expansion to international airports like Orlando shows that accessibility is finally being taken seriously. Getting announcements directly to my hearing aids without the ambient noise at the gate is a huge benefit for me. Combined with the multi-orbit roaming from Telecom, where the phone switches seamlessly between cellular and satellite, traveling in 2026 will finally be stress-free. We are seeing a world where high-end tech is becoming affordable through chips like the A18 Pro, while raw materials like storage chips are becoming luxury goods.
That just leaves us with your quote of the week.
A PC doesn't have to be expensive to change the world. It just needs the right chip and the courage to be colorful. Stay curious.
Goodbye, everyone, and see you next Saturday.